Mr. Happy Living here, and I'm happy to be broadcasting from WITV 7 in the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I love entrepreneurs and authors and happiness coaches and limousine operators and people from every walk of life that have discovered their reason for being on this planet. And that's why I love Crissy Butts. She's all those things and the founder of One Happy Tribe, helping disconnected families to laugh, love, engage, connect, and thrive while reducing stress in their lives. Hey, Crissy, welcome to the Something Significant Show.
Thank you, Matt. Happy to be here.
Awesome. So just take a few minutes and tell us what you're doing these days to leave your mark of significance on the world.
Okay, let's see. The last few weeks I've been applying for TED Talks, and I just interviewed went through a bunch of auditions from people that are auditioning to do a voiceover of my book, You Choose Your Path.
Oh,
so
cool.
That'll be fun because it'll reach people that don't like to read as much, love to do the audio. I'm working on a program for fathers called Top Dads Lead, Love, and Lift. And it's just really exciting I'm a creator like yourself, and I think it's really, really fun to just create things and to share to help inspire and lift other people.
It is fun to create, isn't it?
It is.
So, well, I want you to take us back about 20 years to the fall of 2000, because I want to know how significantly your life changed when you sold your business in Utah and moved the family to Wasilla, Alaska.
Okay.
Give us a few minutes on that thing.
All right. So it did change significantly in some ways. We had been quite content living in Utah. We sold a business. We went to Alaska, and sometimes crazy things happen. And after a series of unfortunate events, we found ourselves living with 5 of us in a little one-room cabin without any running water. Or actually there were 6 of us without running water or a bathroom. And we had all this debt from our business and a home mortgage that was rented. And we have a lot of integrity with the bankers that we had that had loaned us money for our business. And, in a small town, people, your bankers intimately, and they have trust in you. It wasn't just like some foreign company that we didn't know, but so we didn't believe in bankruptcy. We wanted to be true to the commitments that we had financially made. So we said, how are we going to manage all of these bills? Because the new buyer had defaulted on all the payments. How are we going to do this? And so we moved into this little one-room cabin. We figured, well, we can manage all the bills that way. So it was a little challenging. I thought it was just going to be for a couple months, and it ended up being for a couple years. And sometimes people go, oh my gosh, that would have been the worst thing in the world. But it ended up being some of the happiest days of our lives. We're actually living in that little one-room cabin. And you just have to learn how to, I think, in no matter what circumstances, whatever snowballs, whatever things are thrown at us, we just have to learn how to be creative, how to live with gratitude, how to count our blessings, and try to keep those relationships we have with people. It'd be really easy to just like throw the towel on the whole thing, run back to my mom and dad and move in with her and go, this is not what I bargained for when I got married. But I was in it for the commitment for the long haul. And truly we do look back and we just, some of the most happiest days of our lives were back during that cabin. And we knew this wasn't the best ideal situation for children in America. So we said, what are we going to do to get ahead? We saw a used limousine for sale. We said, okay, we could probably start a little airport service. There really wasn't a good enough. Taxis were pretty expensive back then. So we bought the limo, and we said we could turn this little cabin into a bed and breakfast, and we could give people the tours all over Alaska and show them about this beautiful, great state that we live in. And so that's what we did. We bought one car, and then in a matter of 5 years, our company had grown and grown. We moved out of the cabin back into a normal house, and the company just grew and grew, and we ended up being the national midsize operator of the year within about 5 years. So things totally changed, and that was a little fast forward backwards story there.
Well, give us a little bit going forward. What do you see going on in Crissy Butts' life in 2030 and beyond?
Oh, 2030 and beyond. Thank you for that question. I am hopeful that the seeds that I'm planting and applications to get in on the TEDx stage and with my platforms on TikTok and YouTube, that I can reach actually fathers, because if fathers know, I know that you've got an amazing course right now that's just coming out, and you talk in one of your videos about the joy and the shift of what happened in when you held your little baby for the first time. And I appreciate you sharing that. And I know that our some of our greatest happiness can come from our relationships. And 72% of Americans agree that the breakdown of the family in America is one of the greatest, like, it's causing so many challenges. And I feel like if men, like you shared, understand your entire potential to change the lives of the people that you procreate and bring into this world, it can bring you the greatest source of joy and happiness. And then as you find purpose and satisfaction in trying to do your very best to nurture another life, then all the other people around, they grow in love and they feel that they're valued and that they have great worth in your eyes. And it just keeps on going. But when you pull out that card and somebody doesn't feel that, it can cause all kinds of trickle down effects. So I'm really excited, hopeful that the messages I have to share to help teach dads the power and potential of that they have the most important leadership role in the family. And if that they can be inspired by that message, and I can help the wives see that it's too many times the women are trying to push their husband out of the cockpit and take over the controls, thinking we got it better, we know it better, we're right in the trenches and we see all the big picture, but we screw it up. So many times we as women, we screw it up by trying to think our husbands maybe are lacking in this area, and so we're just going to take charge, and that's not the way that it was intended to be. So hopefully I can help inspire the women to allow them to lead, and we can nurture them and help them become the greatest leaders, and it will affect generation after generation. That's what I'm hoping for the next 10, 20 years and beyond.
That sounds awesome. So as you know now, since you're going through my course, I define significance as doing things you love in places you love with people you love and creating something of value to others. So it's doing and it's giving. But to be a giver, you need excess capacity in your life. So what are your personal practices? Physical, mental, spiritual, financial, emotional? What do you do to increase your capacity so you can take good care of yourself and be a giver?
I think I could summarize that pretty quick with the sunshine strategy. Let me just share the strategy really quick. This is a little sunshine, and research has proven our happiness is directly related to three things: our close personal relationships around us, having personal interaction within them, and finding a sense of purpose. So some of my practices would be, I just need to recharge all the time, but you can't get water from an empty well. You can't get light from a dead flashlight battery. And so it's really important that we recharge. And I feel like I'm pretty good at that most of the time. I get recharged from prayer, from studying the scriptures. I get recharged by being around people. This COVID thing can be really challenging it has been for me, because I'm a people person and I love people. And my background also is I'm a massage therapist. So I love touch. And when I meet somebody and I feel a connection to them, I just want to reach out and hug them and love them and shake their hand with a good old firm handshake. And so this distancing thing has been a challenge for me personally, because I don't get that full recharge from that right now lately as much. But anyway, so exercise and getting out in the nature as much as sunshine, those are things that recharge me, that I do on a daily basis. And I'm not really one I might watch one movie every 6 weeks, and I never turn on the TV. And not to discredit anybody that does, it's just I recharge not from that kind of entertainment. I recharge by creating or reading, or I just recharge a little bit differently. And I have to get sunshine every single day. It's great fuel.
It's great fuel. Awesome, Crissy. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break because I want to tell the folks about three things. A super cool company called Dry Farm Wines, how they deliver chemical-free, sugar-free, health-certified wines right to your door, and how every purchase that anyone listening makes for the entire month will support a great big donation to our wonderful host, WITV7. Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Dry Farm Wines. I first met the man known as the healthiest wino on earth back in 2016. He claimed Dry Farm Wines don't cause headaches or hangovers, and that he started his company because 99% of wine consumed in the US is highly processed and loaded with nasties. Like most processed food, it's toxic. That very night, I made a big health decision. Toxic wines out, natural wines in. It's been nearly 5 years since I made the switch, and I feel great. Go to happyliving.com, select Partners in Happy, and get your first bottle of natural wine for 1 penny. And I'll donate 8% of every order placed for the entire month of March to WITV7. So share the gift of natural wine with a friend. It'll make you both happy. Okay, we're back, and this is the Something Significant show, and I'm Matt Gersper. Hey, friends, do yourself a great big health favor. If you drink wine like I do, make sure it's toxin and chemical free. Dry Farm wines are so natural and deliciously clean, they don't cause headaches or hangovers. I love opening a bottle and sharing it with a friend. And now let's get back to my delightful guest, Crissy Butts. She loves helping busy moms and dads to improve their mental resilience so they can shine bright as parents and create more fun in the home. So Crissy, in my second book, Turning Inspiration into Action, I explore this big idea that transformations and discovery of purpose often come from devastation, addictions, a loved one's suicide, some big crisis shakes your life. But I've used a happier way and created transformations in my life using inspiration. So for you, was there a specific moment or a situation when either devastation or inspiration revealed to you the purpose you were meant to live?
There was actually when our company was really growing and we had the phone was ringing 24/7, 365 days a year. The stress was unimaginable because we had clients like the Sultan of Saudi Arabia and the Vice President of China. And I was juggling all these balls and I was trying to always make things absolutely perfect for the clients because our reputation was as transportation you can trust was our motto. And, all my life I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be a wife. And I found myself in the middle of this busy company, this career that we had created. And I realized that I didn't have time anymore for the people that mattered the most to me. And there wasn't time as much for fishing and for blueberry picking and for all those things that brought me so much joy. And I remember driving home one day after dropping off a client in the limo, and I just said, this isn't what I was created to do. And if you can help me, I was like praying, if you can help me get from here to where I want our family to be like again, I'll go anywhere and I'll do anything. And I didn't know what would be the turning point to get us out of this the company was running us instead of us running it.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, it was a weird thing. Sometimes it's just weird things. But I remember not long after that, I saw an ad for a massage therapist from a local chiropractor in the community. And I said, hey, babe, what would you think if I became a massage therapist? Now, there was no reason for me to look at anything else. We had plenty of cash flow. We had a very successful company. It was like a ludicrous idea to even say it. But there was something that in me that just felt like that could be a turning point. Now, what husband on the planet wouldn't say, girl, go for it. That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to have fringe benefits for the rest of my life. And pretty much that was his answer. He was like, go find a school. So I'm thinking Anchorage, which is like 25, like it's 30 miles away. I'd go to school in Anchorage. That's the closest place to go. He gets online and he finds a school in Costa Rica. And I'm like, oh, buddy, don't even tease me, because that would be a dream come true. Alaska is one of the hardest places to live, especially for 9 months each year. So anyway, he looks into the school. The closing date was coming up fast. And he said, fill out the application. I did. We went out there and checked it out. I got accepted. We ended up selling our company. We took our whole family to Costa Rica and we changed careers. But we were at this pivotal point. It was going to be, the company was going to win and our family was going to lose. Our marriage was going to fail because it was just so much on the rocks, or we had to do something different. And not everybody can do the drastic things that we did. But I feel like sometimes whatever is the most important to you, if that for us, it was that marriage relationship was really important and it required something completely drastic and we had to do that. But I'm so thankful that we didn't quit and that we were able to work things out. And
how long was it between when you were praying in the limo till you saw the sign, till you moved to Costa Rica?
It happened so fast. It really did. It was like I think I read the email within a couple of days. The application was closing the next week. I filled it out and it probably took, it was for the following quarter. So it probably took us about 4 or 5 months to actually get down there, but it seemed like it was fast paced, all that happening.
You were able to sell the company?
We did. We actually sold it at a loss, but it meant a lot to us to get out from under it and to get our family back. So.
And you wanted to be a massage therapist. What about husband? What was he going to do?
He actually was training to be a pilot and he had already had his fixed wing basic license. So he started working he just kept on moving up. Right. Okay.
Well, that's pretty awesome. And that's what's really important and, is listening when you get those messages. And I think often in life that somebody gets messages and we talk ourselves out of listening to it. And sometimes that you shouldn't be talking yourself out.
Right.
So we've talked about capacity. We've talked about purpose. When you combine those two, the sky's the limit. Or as I like to say, capacity plus purpose equals happy. That's what I call the happy formula. But I know the real magic in life comes from the fourth element of significance, which is doing work that creates value to others. So how has doing work that creates value to others brought joy and magic into your life? And in other words, how does it feel to you personally when a client tells you that they're now enjoying stress-free and meaningful family nights, playing and laughing together, even with their teenage son being engaged, using some of your family team building activities and tips?
Oh, it's a great joy to be just a small little instrument in helping a family become stronger, in helping a relationship to get better between a father and a son, or a husband and a wife. It's very meaningful because I feel like our relationships with each other have such value and such significance. And sometimes people think the grass is greener on the other side, and if I just have this, it's going to make me happy. But I think we're put on this earth and we're given family units, and we're not sent here to be like a lone stork that lives all by itself in the little field out there. We have these relationships that are quite significant. And do you if I could backtrack, I just want to say when we do the sunshine strategy is you identify the people that you care about. Let's say each one of these outward is, for me, it would be like God, family, friends, neighbors, clients, coworkers, even strangers can be some of these people that we care about. And then we have to recharge. And we can do those by doing all different types of things that bring meaning. It could be working on a hobby or developing a skill and things like that. But your name, Matt's name, this sunbeam might be Matt for somebody else. And the people that are listening today, your name is on somebody else's sunshine. So you bring so much value and significance to other people, and you matter so much. And sometimes we think, oh, I'm not that significant, but there's people that love you, that care about you. They want you to acknowledge them and to take the time to just check on them and see how they're doing. And I don't care who you are. All of us want to feel needed and valued and important. And the way that we feel that is when somebody reaches out and we have this communication together. Hey, I just wanted to pick up the phone and see how you are, or send them a little text thinking about you. It's sometimes the little tiny small things. Yeah. So I'm hoping that other people just realize how much they matter, how significant they are as a human being, a child of God, and that they will reach out to others and to help build humanity into a happier tribe, happier people. And it doesn't have to be just your blood relatives, but it's the neighbors next door. It's the person at the grocery store, the waitress, and we all matter and we're all needed together in so many ways. So.
Well, very, very good. Okay. Well, that takes us kind of to one of my favorite parts of this show is peering into your brain and trying to understand how you think. And I like to do that with a lightning round of reading some of my favorite quotes and then having you respond, telling us what it means to you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
30 to 45 seconds on each answer if you can do that. So this is from Adyashanti. He says, a total acceptance of yourself brings about a total transcendence of yourself.
I agree. If we don't accept ourselves and we're always beating ourselves up, or we don't see the value and the worth inside of us, it's hard to move forward. It's hard to transcend. It's hard to help other people.
Why don't we just accept ourselves?
Why don't we? Well, my personal opinion is there's an adversary that would love to beat us down and have us feel that we're worthless and we're not capable, qualified, pretty enough, smart enough, skilled enough, worthy enough. And if those thoughts dominate, we are powerless. But if we can push that voice out and we recognize our worth, our divinity, our goodness, the perfectness inside of, even if we're imperfect, and we're all imperfect, but the goodness inside of us, that powers us forward to get out of our fear, our anxieties, our inhibitions about reaching forward to other people.
When you were explaining the adversary, you had your hands up by your head, ego and your mind, where the adversary lives. And when you went to finding yourself, you went down around your heart. And that's exactly right. Get out of your head and get into your heart, people. Okay, this is from Lao Tzu. He says, if I keep from imposing on people, they become themselves.
Ooh, that's a good one. If I keep from imposing on people, they become themselves. Each of us have a mission and a purpose. And let's just put this into a family context. If we impose our ideas of what our kids are supposed to do or be, we get in their way of their purpose, because we could try to steer them into this field or this direction when they were divinely created with a skill set that is completely the opposite. And I think we can get in the way of other people and them blossoming into becoming the greatest that they can be when we impose our own ideas. you could do this, or you should do this. Those are dangerous things to say to people sometimes.
They are dangerous. Okay, this is from Dr. Wayne Dyer. Even if no one sees or acknowledges it, a silent blessing or thought of love towards others contains a vibration that will be felt throughout the cosmos.
Absolutely true. I love him. I love him and his writings and his teachings. I do believe that love is the greatest force, and that it is all encompassing. You could have a child or a loved one on the other side of the planet and just be thinking loving thoughts to them. And it's miraculous how they can actually pick up that and feel that. There is a vibration that's absolutely real. That goes from our heart to somebody else's heart.
Awesome. This is from Goth. Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
Amen. Begin it. Yeah. Get out of fear, move forward, begin it. Go forth. Go forth.
Awesome. All right, Crissy. So you've been a delight, an absolute delight, but now our time's coming to an end. So just take a minute or two and share any parting remarks that you'd like to leave with our audience.
Okay. The Sunshine Strategy is a simple tool. You can pick it up for free on some freebies at it's at the number one, onehappytribe.com, along with the 21-day happiness challenge. It's a nice little resource if you're interested. And watch for the audiobook coming out. This was an international bestseller. You Choose Your Path audio will be coming out in the next few months. I'm excited about that. This is my husband's book, Tales from the Cockpit. He shares some really fun stories that he's had over the last 10 years of flying. That one's pretty fun. And the Family Power Hour is a piece of our Top Dads Lead program. This is a team building program to help families laugh more, talk more, play more, love more. These resources are available at my website, One Happy Tribe, or reach out to me. And the new one is, never mind. Top Dads Lead is a Facebook group I have, and find me on TikTok, LinkedIn. I have Facebook, Instagram. Matt, thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show. This has been so much fun. I love your t-shirt. I need to buy one.
Awesome. So you have a book, you're a part of a book called Be Love. Is that right?
Yes. This is called Be Love.
Yeah.
And it's a composition of 17 different authors, words of wisdom. And it's a great delight as well, jam-packed with great, marvelous inspiration in there.
Very good. Okay. And now, folks, I'm calling on you to give a little love. If you can hear my voice and you are inspired by today's show with Crissy Butts, please donate what you can to WITV7. They're a 501c3 charity on a mission to educate, empower, and encourage. They do good works with your kindness. Crissy, thank you for the work that you do, helping mothers and fathers turn their hearts to each other. I believe the most important thing parents can do for their children is to love each other. It creates confidence and security and love that the children take out into the world when they become adults. And this creates a virtuous upward cycle of love. So thank you for your good works and for sharing your love with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you, WITV7, for hosting and promoting our show so we can keep reaching people out there ready to create their own extraordinary lives. A special thank you to our sponsors for the entire month of March, Dry Farm Wines and Happy Living. Remember, I'll donate 8% of every purchase you make for the entire month to WITV7. So tell all your friends too. Go to happyliving.com, select Partners in Happy, and shop Dry Farm Wines. And most especially, thank you, viewers and listeners. You'll find links to websites and social media and all things Crissy Butts. Find her, friend her, get her free table topics guide. It's hard to say. Or sign up for a pro bono consulting appointment and buy her books, You Choose Your Path, Tales from the Cockpit, and Be Love. From me to you, dear friends, I love you and I want you to be happy. We do what we do on the Something Significant show to inspire you to live your life to its fullest, to believe as I do that a better self is always possible today and every day for the rest of our lives. It's time for you to be bold. If you're dreaming about it, then get on with it, for it's there on your special path, the one to your dream, your unique and distinctive journey. That's where you'll discover the way to make your mark of significance on the world. Till next time, I'm Matt Gersper. You are awesome, and this is the Something Significant Show. We're out.